Florida, once again, the epicenter of a major post-election battle. Allegations of fraud now being thrown around as two key races move closer toward recounts. Vote counting issues in Broward and Palm Beach counties causing Senate candidate Rick Scott to file lawsuits accusing officials there of trying to steal the election.
There may be rampant fraud happening in Palm Beach and Broward counties. And the Broward Supervisor of Elections, Brenda Snipes, has a history of acting in absolute bad faith. Florida law, which requires that vote by mail and absentee ballots are counted within 30 minutes of polls closing. I will not sit idly by while unethical liberals try to steal this election. Senator Nelson hired one of Hillary Clinton's lawyers from D.C., and the first thing he did was tell reporters it is here to win the election.
President Trump also weighing in, calling out Broward County's history of election problems.
If you look at Broward County, they have had a horrible history. And if you look at the person, in this case a woman, involved, she has had a horrible history. And all of a sudden, they're finding votes out of nowhere. And Rick Scott, who won by, it was close, but he won by a comfortable margin. Every couple of hours, it goes down a little bit. They hire lawyers, and the votes don't ever seem to go the Republican way. It is interesting. It always seems to go the way of the Democrats.
Broward County Election Supervisor Brenda Snipes taking the brunt of the criticism. Just yesterday, she couldn't give an answer on how many ballots are left to be counted.
Can you just update us where things are on the count right now? Just in general.
Could I please get a moment to go into the room and find out?
Sure.
Okay.
And this just breaking, a judge siding with Rick Scott's campaign and is ordering Brenda Snipes to allow immediate inspection of voter records before 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. So this feels like deja vu all over again. And you just saw something on the Twitters?
Yes, Dan, as you know, I love to break news.
Yes.
And I have breaking news right here on my phone. I'm going to get to it right now. I'm going to start reading this from my phone.
News.
Okay, here we go with some breaking news. This is a tweet from Marco Rubio. You might remember him from running for president. And I believe he's a senator?
Of Florida, yes.
Thank you.
Little Marco.
A new and troubling allegation has emerged, a statement under penalty of perjury that Palm Beach County filled out new ballots to replace damaged ones without allowing campaign representatives to witness the process of creating the new ballot, which is required by Florida. So basically, here you have, this is my interpretation, not Marco's, that here you have Democrats who've been screaming and yelling about Russian collusion and interfering with elections. And all the time, the call has been coming from inside the House. It's the Democrats who are colluding and interfering with elections. How convenient that they find these votes after they lose.
This is interesting. It took us a long time to finally call that race on election night. Marie, you were sitting there with us.
Yes.
And actually, Rick Scott, the governor, gave a victory speech before Fox News had actually called the election. It was close but then he did, and then right after his victory speech is when Fox News decision to estimate the call. But Nelson never conceded, and then he hired Mark Elias, who is of election fame, right? He was Al Franken's lawyer when Norm Coleman lost in 2008.
Yes, and look.
Yes.
Every vote needs to be counted. We're not even into a recount yet.
Got the talking points down. I feel it.
Wait, how is that a talking point that every vote should?
But don't they always get counted?
Well, so look, it needs to be done transparently, and a judge has ruled now that they need to be more transparent in Broward County, and I think that that's a good thing. This is only the initial count. We're not even into the question of a recount, and they're close enough. Definitely one of the races is close enough, the Senate race. The governor's race could end up close enough as well. But there is, as of this point, 5:04 on the East Coast on Friday, there is no evidence that we have seen of voter fraud. There's a lot of allegations. There's a lot of people who have partisan interests in these races making claims. And we just need to take a deep breath. We need to have some transparency. We need to get the votes counted. And we also, though, going forward, need to make our election systems better in terms of how we do this. Arizona,
you like voter ID?
Arizona is still counting votes. California is still counting votes.
There are a lot of mail-ins.
18 years after the 2000 recount fiasco, the fact that Florida has not fixed their system is actually pretty crazy to me.
Jesse, what do you think of all this?
Well, he started out Tuesday night. He's got a 60,000 vote margin. So he thinks he's got it because the Bush recount, Bush at the end of that night only had a 2,000 vote margin. So very comfortable. And then a day day goes by, and all these votes come in from Broward. You know, kind of fishy. And he sleeps on it, and he wakes up the next day. More votes coming in from Broward. The votes coming in from Broward, 3-1 Democrat. And that's a 2-1 Democrat at best kind of county. All right? And now they squeeze it down to 15,000 vote margin, triggering a recount. Very interesting. Now, listen. This woman who we're talking about right now, Snipes. We call her Sneaky Snipes already. She's got the nickname.
Do we?
That's what we call her. And I use the word
that is not what we call
royally because she's got a history of this. She's been already accused of ballot stuffing, of hiding amendments from ballots. A judge has ruled that she illegally destroyed ballots.
Not in this case.
Not in this case, but in 2016 and in 2018, she was accused of not allowing Scott's representatives to watch her fill out provisional ballots. And the judge just smacked her down and says it's time to open up the doors because you're doing everything in secret. Her #1 job is to know how many ballots were cast, how many were counted, and how many are left to be counted. She says she has no idea. And the fact that she's not communicating to the public or to the campaigns how many votes cast, counted, and to be counted is suspicious. Because if you don't know the tabulation, then anything could happen underneath. And that's why this woman, no one has faith in her at all, because especially the way she's conducted herself this day and 2 years ago.
There's no evidence.
Go ahead,
Sneaky
Dan.
Snipes.
You ever see that thing on the internet? You had one job.
Yes.
You had one job.
Yeah.
Like you're in charge of elections. You don't know how many votes are.
Yeah.
Like if there was ever memeable material that you had one job,
That's right.
Sneaky Snipes. Just count the vote. You can't even count the votes. Now, a couple of things here. #1. There may not be direct evidence of fraud, but evidence of irregularities is everywhere. They had to have the votes posted 30 minutes after the polls closed. They didn't. That's just a matter of fact. And another thing, yes, I agree with you. Every vote should be counted. Absolutely. That should go across the aisle. The question is when? What is Florida doing? Late voting now? So now we're doing early voting and we're doing post-election balloting?
The Democrats are outperforming Republicans in the late vote.
I
mean, they do the dead vote, the late vote. This is absurd.
Dan, they're counting votes that were cast on Election Day. They are slow to count in Florida. They're slow to count in lots of states.
Point stipulated. The problem is, as Greg accurately stated, she doesn't even know how many votes are to be counted.
She didn't have it at the top of her head. I mean,
you have.
But she hasn't even communicated to the campaigns or to the public what the vote count is.
She has
That's
to now.
required by law.
Well, the judge ruled against her. You're right. And by 7 p.m. tonight, they said she had to put those numbers out. I think she should be more transparent. I just don't think we should jump to the conclusion that because the race is tightening, which often happens when provisional ballots get counted, that there's somehow fraud. We have to wait for evidence.
Well, just because the one overseeing it has a history of fraud.
But
that's
so
why
should Brian
the
Kemp
suspicion.
be overseeing Georgia?
I'm not sure evidence means what you think it means. Like, there is significant evidence of irregularities going on here. She is not. How do you not have the vote count?
Point out voter fraud evidence to me.
She didn't even report. She's not letting people in to actually watch her fill out the provisional ballot.
We don't know that. That's an
Remember
accusation.
and then there was an extra
accusations are evidence.
No,
when you
they're not.
Especially when you don't let people
why would they file a lawsuit if they were allowed to watch?
They just won in court.
Because they want
Why follow the lawsuit if you're already watching? They filed the lawsuit because they've been barred.
They want... Look, a lot of these lawsuits that we're going to see during these recounts are going to be shaky on legal ground, but done for partisan political reasons. That happens in every recount. We've seen that. We just have to let the evidence take us where it takes us.
It is kind of amazing that I mean, and it's not good, Greg, I'll go back to you, that either way, right?
Yes.
Half of the population there in Florida will think that the other half did something to steal this election from them. That's not good.
The Dems just want to make America suffer. It's like losing the World Series and demanding an extra inning a day later. I have a new nickname, by the way, for Bill Nelson.
What's up?
Recount Dracula. Anyway, but we predicted this, I think, last week. We said that no matter what the outcome was, whether the Dems were going to win or lose, they weren't going to be happy because they were just, this is too much of their life.
I'm happy.
But you're different, Marie. You're a very pleasant person.
Can I just say one thing, though? I lost an election by 1 point, and I won on election day and lost on an absentee count. I conceded, and you can go to the Daily Caller article. I wrote a very nice letter to John Delaney, who's now running for president, and said it's time. Even people encouraging me to file a lawsuit. It's time to move on. This is BS.
But you
there
let
are
the absentee
clear
votes
irregularities.
get counted. You let them get counted.
Yeah, but according to the rules, why did they just lose in court?
Now.
But why did they just lose in court? Why did she not post 30 minutes after, like she was supposed to?
She's going to have to tonight.
The lesson is never concede.
Well, I mean, no, seriously, Actually,
I wouldn't be sitting
Bill
here on the
Nelson
floor
never conceded. And
You'd still be
Andrew
running.
Gillum did. Jesse made a good point, and then we laughed about it.
What was
right
the
on top of it.
Like most points.
Like,
you laugh.
don't concede. And Bill Nelson never conceded, but Andrew Gillum did, and now that one also could end up at a recount.
That's true.
Recount Dracula.
That's a pretty good one.
Thanks.
We're on our game tonight.